Howdy peeps, welcome to a possibly going to be slightly shorter Sharpie stream today. Got to go into work this evening, so joy. There's also, hey Sean, how are you? Good to see you here. Yeah, so we see if we can let a few people in, get a few more people turning up, hopefully. Otherwise it's going to be a pretty short. There we go. It's just probably my computer playing silly beggars now. There we go. Sorting itself out. Either that or my internet's playing poop or something's gone silly wrong. But hey, we're here anyway. So I hope everyone is safe, happy, well, had a good week. Nothing too drastic happening. Yes, the fridge is still up for auction, Brian, and all the contents. Some of them are getting a bit ripe now, so you might want to get your bids in soon. Welcome aboard, my friend. How are you this evening? Evening, Dan. How are you? Hope all well. So, what's been occurring in the fish room de Sharpie? Not a huge amount this week. Bit of sad news in that Missy ran past at the start of the week. Bless her. I had her a year, and she outlived 3 males and a female. I think she actually killed 2 of the males. Yeah. But I mean, generally for a relative noob, I'm not too upset keeping a German blue ram alive for a year. So, oh yeah, no. If you got a Guinness up, Sean. Thoroughly appreciate that one. Former Guinness drinker. Now, still not sponsored, but hey. Other than that, all the fishies have been okay. And if you're in D stream, you'll know went out today and got a new fishy. Broke most of my rules about buying fishies. Didn't do any research. I kind of had a clue, kind of had an idea. Just isn't. I'll do my research probably tomorrow now. But I bought myself apparently a Senegal bicher, Bashir, Bikir, Burka, whatever people call them, dinosaur fishy. Currently sat in the quarantine tank, as is quarantine it. Yeah, the reason though, Shelley, Sean, is nowhere local has got any multis at the moment. I've got my feelers out, keeping a check on stock lists for all the local shops. And yeah, no Shelleys around here whatsoever. I'll say the only ones I found were the Gold Ocellatus and the Brevis. D-Raid, hey Chevy, how are you? Yeah, so yes, hopefully that does mean I can do a video this week, because I now have a new fishy to show off in a really fugly tank, but you know, with really tannin heavy water in it. But yes, it's round about 3 to 4 inches. I have no idea on genders, but I've only got one, so it's not a problem. But yes, that'll be fun. It's a local garden centre that I got them from. Him, her, whichever. And they have a fishing department, which is, you get your general goldfish, some fancy goldfish, live bearers, tetras, that kind of thing. Things that most places would stock, I would assume, or the things that I see everywhere. But the reason I went to have a look is because they do sometimes have some more random fish in there. And yeah, you're looking through the tanks and you see all the usual suspects. Oh, platies, endlers, guppies. Oh yeah, rummy noses. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Shears. Huh? Cool. Black ghost knife. What? Festivals. Red devils. What the hell? Discus. Giraffe cats. Wood cat. What the heck? I thought this was supposed to be people who don't know what they're doing, but hey, whatever. Evening, Kay. So yes, I would show New Fishy, but New Fishy is in a tank I can't really get to at the moment. I shall do a video this week, D, and put one out. If I remember, I'll take a picture and send you it on Messenger. Still working on a name, but at the moment it's called Spaz. Is spazzing out in the bag quite badly. Jason, welcome aboard, Mr. Redfish Bluefish. Been trying to catch up on your past videos and streams and learning lots and lots of good stuff. Actually, I'll have to search your channel, see if you've got any videos on semi-ball bichers. If not, I'll just ask Haley. Yeah, exactly. No shellies. I say literally locally, I can't get hold of shell dwellers. I can't get hold of epistogrammas. Other relatively common fish are there I just can't get. Mandy, my lovely lady. Yeah, I mean, there are all sorts of things that generally seem common, but I just can't get here at the moment. Don't know if it's just at the moment with the increased cost of shipping your fish in, or whether people just aren't breeding them, or the breeders that are staying home is still. Lockdown in the UK has been a lot more serious than lockdown has been in America. For example, it was only yesterday that pubs and some restaurants were able to reopen, and hairdressers, I think. And we're still on the social distancing, wearing masks on public transport, all that kind of stuff. Ooh. Yeah, I'm not going to make any proclaimers jokes about going to America. Yeah, you have my sympathies, Jason. Yeah, stay safe, my friend. I know I shouldn't laugh, but if you don't laugh, you'll cry. Yes. So yeah, we are coming out of lockdown here. Hello, Pammy. Yes, basically England. I say England's been a lot smarter. I think it's more our government have actually taken it seriously. Are we coming out a bit early? Probably. So they are obviously still thinking about economy and what have you. Not necessarily ahead of everyone's health, but I think it's more for the fact that now the number of cases are low enough that if there starts to be a second spike, the National Health Service has got enough spare beds for it now. Yeah. Which has been the main reason for the lockdown, is so we don't just completely overwhelm the health system and everyone dies. Basically is why. But yeah, people, yeah, as Kay says, people have still been dumb. As some people seem to have it in their mind that it's over, and it's not. And is it Leicester? The town city has gone back into lockdown again because of the spike in cases there that's happened. Yeah, Scotland's been even more cautious. But I think Scotland kind of similar to East Anglia in that the amount of the population density is pretty low. So people are generally further spread out most of the time anyway. So these things tend not to pass too rapidly, and with some sensible precautions. Yeah. Hi Kenny, how are you? So I wouldn't be too worried about that, Chevy, because I slept all the way through. Anyway, I didn't even wake up in time. That's another thing. I've been having issues with sleep lately. Struggling to actually get to sleep. Oh, thank you very much, Rodders. Most appreciated. Apart from the second homes in Norfolk, yeah, there is a lot of that as well. If you go around, especially the coastal areas, half the year they're virtually empty because it's people's second homes. Let's put it as deep fried Mars bar. Yeah, you got deep fried Mars bars. We've got blimmin' Bernard Matthews. Sleep is overrated lately. It is apparently, yeah. Gotta say, you look better on less sleep than I do. A couple of days this last week, I've gone for a nap on the sofa and lost 3 hours because I've just been not sleeping at night. It's that annoying temperature where no covers is too chilly and covers, any kind of covers on the bed, is too hot for me anyway. So hey Cheryl, hello, how are you? Yeah, I'll say I think it's pretty well accepted in the fish fan that we can't be up and watch everyone's streams even if we want to. We can't necessarily watch everyone's video all the time. No. It's just so much awesome content that there isn't enough time in the day allowing for sleep. So Pam is normally like 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning for us. So if I'm awake, there's been some serious problems with insomnia, and if I'm not, well, there probably has been the other side, and it's just taken me a long while to get to sleep. But I'll do watch them back. Mercury's in retrograde. We shall go back to start. Oh dear. I think we should just all go back to bed, Mandy, and start 2020 again. I think that would probably be the better bet. Just rewind six months, that'd do, and then just sort things out. Start the year by stopping foreign travel. That might be a good idea. Start the year by explaining to certain people in power how viruses work. Why being somewhat socialist does not make you a communist or a fascist. So far, a tentative name, Kate, of Spaz. May change as yet, but just he or she was having a serious spaz around in the bag and then in the quarantine tank. Currently having a doze in the moss. Quite happy, I think. Gizmo, yeah, Gizmo's a cool name, but nah, I've known too many fluffy cats and dogs and hamsters that have been called Gizmo. It's yeah, I know I'm not exactly PCK, am I really? So I don't mean it in an offensive way. It's just I'm of the age where it was just a general thing you called people. They've done something a bit dumb or stupid, you called them a spaz. Early bed, early rise, 10 and 4 a.m. One does not unarmy oneself with disgust. Yeah, well, that is the problem I have in Jason, is that I'm used to being relatively early to bed and then waking up early. That isn't an issue. Problem is, I'm still I'm going to bed later because I'm not finishing work till 11 p.m. So I'm not even getting into bed till midnight. Then it can take me an hour or 2 or 3 to actually get to sleep. So yeah, not doing well at the moment, but hopefully my system will adjust itself. Yeah. Spaz, and if I wanted to name him after a European model, I'd call it Spasmo. Actually, it might go. Actually, that is quite offensive. Oh yeah, Gizmo. That was funny. And that is the thing. You wake up and you're ready to go, um, but then by the time you actually have to start doing stuff, you're ready to go back to sleep again. So especially if I'm doing an early shift for me, because I normally work the evenings, so an early shift for me starts at 10 in the morning. Yeah, that's a killer. Um, it's basically wake up, sit around for a few hours, try and stay awake, then go to work just as you're ready to go for a nap or a sleep, and then got to do 4 hours going, then finish off because it's normally a split shift, 10 to 7:11 or 10 to 6:11 normally, and then yeah, basically just have a nap in between shifts. So the gap between the shifts where you can do stuff and be all organised, and yeah, I get home, have something to eat, like a sandwich, fall asleep, wake up, have a sandwich, go back to work, pretty much. Oh, yeah, I think with me, I mean, especially summertime, it's worse because I tend to wake up with the sun. When the sun, when the brightness gets to a certain level, I'll wake up. Hey, Thomas. Um, so yes, if it's like winter time, it's not getting light till 7:30. That's not really a problem usually. But yeah, it's just summertime when it's light till late and then gets light early. Well, no, clocks, no, nights are starting to drag in now, so yay. Um, I think shortest day it gets light about just before 4 a.m. and it doesn't get dark till on 10 a.m. Which isn't really much fun. Well, it doesn't get dark till on 10 p.m. and it's daylight again by 4 a.m., which is really not fun. Yeah, Oscar Mayer. Yeah. Or what was he? See, I'm never sure if this one's actually a real fact or one of those urban legend facts because it sounds so good. Was the inventor of the bra was an Oscar Titsling? Something like that. Whether that's a joke or no. Okay, I wish summer away every year. Now just look at the colour. Yeah, I don't like heat. I don't like bright light. Don't like humidity. Do like thunderstorms, however. Mainly because they make the heat, the bright light, and the humidity go away. But yeah. I'm that person that will whinge about the weather in the summer and then be perfectly happy during the winter. When everyone's going, it's freezing, it's cold, oh, it's horrible, I'll be out in the t-shirt going, what? It's fine. Song from the movie Beaches. Yeah, I'm sure I heard it before that movie came out. I think it might have been might even have been as early as the 1980s I heard it. I think it might have been a question in Trivial Pursuits, the board game. Yeah, it was. It was a Trivial Pursuits question, along with the guy who invented the toilet being Thomas Crapper. But obviously it wasn't, because toilets have been around since Roman times. And flushing toilets at that. Need a thunderstorm for Corey breeding. Yeah, just drop the barometric pressure. Evening, James. How are you, my friend? Yes, lots of waffling going on. Waffle, waffle, waffle. One of these days, I might just write on a piece of paper, waffle, and just hold it up. Yeah, so Dan, it's one of those things. It probably isn't, but it just sounds so dumb that it might be. Now, in the same way that you look at the Darwin Awards and you think, what? Why? How are you that stupid to manage to kill yourself like that? Yeah, it's. But as we've seen with coronavirus, the levels of stupidity can be quite impressive. Now, we've all seen that video of the woman wearing the mask and she's got the bit that covers the nose and the mouth cut out. It makes it easier to breathe. Jesus. It does make you wonder whether sometimes eugenics might be a good idea. Or just euthanasia. Put the rest of the world out of those people's misery. But the thing is, they always seem to be happy. Is it true? If you're dumb, you're happy because you're not bright enough to figure out what's going on. Hey, Moonmaker. Quite impressive. Doesn't begin to go. Yeah. So I have seen a lot of news stories from the US. Now, obviously, given the whole fake news and things being taken out of context and all that you can't really believe everything at first glance. But yeah, no worries, James. We've all got lives. We've all got things we need to be doing. We can offer our support as and where we can. As I was saying earlier, I miss some people's streams because I'm asleep or just at work or what have you. I don't take it as a personal affront if someone's not here. It's like, well, probably doing something more got something better to do than sit and listen to an Englishman waffle for an hour and a bit, or 2 hours. Well, tonight will be about an hour and a half because I've got to go to work. Because someone's on holiday and the way the rota's worked out, I haven't got a day off till next Friday. Yay, 7 days without a day off. Joy. Yeah, so I think it's the drop in barometric pressure that triggers the breeding behaviour, not just in cories, probably in quite a lot of species as well. It's like they say with the plecos that if you give them a cold water change, that will trigger breeding because it simulates the spring rains or whatever. Hey Rich, how you doing? Hope you're on the mend. Hope they can sort your knee out. Yeah, willful ignorance. Yeah, that's when you just want to slap people around the face with a baseball bat. I don't believe it because I can't understand it. So it can't correlate the science with my religion, which I don't understand either. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah. Now, my personal thinking on it is people shouldn't be let out of school until they reach a certain level of intelligence, not intellect, because you've either got that or you haven't. But intelligence and knowledge you can learn. Intellect is you're born with it or you're not. But yeah, bring facts like this is how a virus works, this is how a bacteria works, this is why an antibacterial product may not actually kill a virus, this is why you don't take antibiotics for a cold, because a cold is a viral infection and the antibiotics will do nothing apart from increase how antibiotic resistant other strains of things are. Yeah. Now, some people are good at putting 2 and 2 together and coming up with 2.3. Yeah, cooler water. I say, yeah, it's like the spring runoff, or don't use logic on the general public. Yeah, exactly. Well, as anyone who's ever worked in a shop will be aware, a lot of the general public, you just, especially when you've been out of work and trying to find a job, and then you realise that a lot of these people have got jobs that are better paid than you have, and you're looking at me and going, how do you even manage to tie your own shoelaces, for Christ's sake? Hey Chewy, how you doing? Before we ask, no, not been listening to anything new this week. Oh, Chewy been doing Norwich. Wowzers, I will have to watch it. I did see that it came up on my feed. Thank you very much, Chewy. I did see it come up on my feed, but it's busy boy. Work, sleep, work, sleep, work, try to sleep, work, water changes, work, wind. Yes. So that is pretty much what's been going on this week. No new babies. Still a couple of grumpy butterfly cichlids in the tank that is going to be the shell dweller tank. They're not particularly happy about losing all their plant cover, but tough. Yeah, I know. You're not happy, are you? That's why you're giving me the grumpy look. But you two have been in there over a year now and you've not had any babies. Right, so that's why you're going. So don't keep a tank with a pair of fishes in it to not have babies. Yeah? Right. Yes, I do talk to my fish like that. I have full-blown conversations with them, with Zach. Zach, I think, actually understands most of it. It's quite strange. Confuse the freezer with ice bags or a propane tank. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. I need to put some rainwater in it. Yeah, it might help, but you know, they are hard water fish, so but hey. Oh no, you didn't say Norwich, did you, Chewy? Correct pronunciation is Norwich. If you're local, Norwich if you aren't. Yeah, there are some, I mean, yeah, Norwich. Yeah, I get that. But now we do have some, especially around this part of the country, we do have some strange place names. Just be glad you didn't go to Tackleston, Haysborough, Cossey, anywhere like that. Yeah. Actually, I would like to see Haysborough written down and an American try and pronounce it without having heard it. Ever hear of Caned? No, I'm not going down that road. I haven't, no. Oh, Cly, yeah. Wyndham's a good one as well, Kay. Yeah, Wyndham. You wouldn't, that's not spelled how you think. There's only a difference between RO water and rainwater. Oh, I think rainwater's probably got a bit more or slightly higher TDS, just because it's going to pick up gunkers on the way down. Again, that will all depend where you live, how much pollution is in the air, and whatever the raindrops condense around, whatever their condensation nuclei is. Not a huge amount. Ooh. Hick burps. 3 very talented female singers like someone. You got the hots for them then, have you, Chewy? Yeah. See what I can do. Just promise not to send us Chad Kroger, because we don't want him. Or actually Brian Adams, given his most recent views on things. Only one, just the one. Oh, bless. Well, 2 or 3 would be a bit much, would they, Chewy? Yeah. To be fair, I couldn't cope with more than one of them. Getting too old for that. One is enough. Definitely one is enough. Yeah. Nope. And some good news, which not affecting me really, but Mary's daughter Nadine has just got her first part-time job. She's 16, so just left school, as it were. So congratulations to Nadine. Don't know if she's watching, probably not. She's got better things to do. Play with Tony the bunny for one. But yes, so congratulations to her. Yep, it's all good stuff on the CV. And when you go for another job, it'll look good. You've got experience. It's just well done to the mold, as that is the nickname for her, the mold pile, the moldy oaf. By all accounts, she farts louder than I, so you know, well done to her. So if she's not watching, I shall pass on the congratulations. She'll probably go bright red and run up to her room and hide. Bless her. No, I'll wind her up. I'll take the mickey out of her, but no, she does well. Same with Adam. He's still furloughed at the moment, unfortunately. He's looking forward to getting back to work. And he's, what's he now, crew trainer at McDonald's. So, again, for an 18-year-old, you're doing great. Hell, he probably gets paid more an hour than I do. So, you know, I can't take a mickey. I just do more hours. That's the difference. Oh, yeah. And I get paid by Google as well. That's rather weird looking at when checked my bank statement the other day, and payments in, work, payment out, work wages, whatever. Google in what? Oh, cool! I got paid by YouTube. Yay! So, thank you everyone who's given me super chats. Yes, you bought me a bike share so far, and some food, and some catnip for Zach, because I figure Zach deserves some catnip after his head trauma last week. He's still not. Well, he's righting himself now. He's still a bit jumpy and a bit frightened, but at least he's got rid of the concussion now. He's not wobbly and scared to like jump up on the sofa or anything. He just still got a very sore head, bless him. And it's getting to that point now where it's, you know, when you cut yourself and then it starts, or Gray's cut where he's done is quite nasty, and it starts to itch and you just want to scratch it. He's got to that point where it's starting to heal and itch, so he scratches it and then makes it bleed again, and he's white. So yeah, it's not good. We're not entirely sure what happened. My first thought is he was sitting under a car in the shade and the engine started and scared him, and he either jumped and smacked his head hard onto something underneath the car or caught the fan. The other one is that someone's thrown something at him and hit him in the head with a stone or something. He's got a big old cut chunk missing out the top of his scalp, bless him. So yeah, he had a concussion for a few days. He's not quite been himself still. It's over a week now, but he'll get there. He'll be fine. I just wish he'd stop first scratching it and then giving me head rubs. Because when you look down and you wonder where the blood on your legs come from, and then you realise it's not yours. Yeah, it's not good, bless him. But he's having lots of cuddles, fusses, and treats. Ooh. There's no way you'd get a cone of shame on the Zach. And I know the person who makes the cozy cones, which are the cone of shame, but they're made out of a fleecy material, so they're not the hard plastic that digs in. They're comfy and snug and cozy. I did think about it, but he just wouldn't get one on him. You can't get a collar on him. He would just rip it off somehow. Probably end up tearing his own ear off, but he would. Yeah, but I'll say, but especially if you're in the UK and you're looking for a cone for a doggy, check out the Cozy Canine Company. There is a website, I can't remember exactly what it is, but yes, Andrea makes handmade, bespoke cozy cones and snuggle blankets and all that kind of stuff for your furry friends. It's all fleecy stuff and animal safe and all tested out and modelled by her woofers, both spaniels, Pepper and Barley, or Pooh and Barwee. Cats, what are you going to do? Yeah, exactly. I was like, yes, Zach is just so much his own cat that he just won't do what he doesn't want to do. Even just trying to get the sun cream on his ears so he don't burn them is almost impossible. Trying to get him to take medication is he's a he'll heal up. We all know how badly when we cut our own heads, how badly they bleed, and a cat's skin on its head is going to be tissue paper thin. So yeah, he'll heal up. He might have a bit of a bald patch, but he's got plenty of other war wounds and scars. He's got chunks missing out of his ears and all sorts. Just adds to his character. But yeah, he's had lots of fusses and cuddles this week and plenty of treats. Yeah, his owners and me are keeping close eye on it, Kay. I think they're putting colloidal silver on, and I'm putting a bit of pseudocreme on there when I'm allowed. So yeah, we're doing our best to keep it clean and without freaking him out or scaring him or hurting him if we can help it. New treats and a new catnip filled sock. That'll cheer him up no end. And then we'll have Happy Zach. Happy Floof Monster is best Floof Monster. It's scared and upset is not a good Floof Monster. He's still floofy and lovely, but he just doesn't settle quite right. He's constantly on guard for something. So now if he donked himself, he'd probably be okay by now, but that's why we're thinking someone might have thrown something at him. I mean, he is known for being a violent and aggressive cat around here. I mean, he'll sit there in the pavement, and people have to walk around him. But if people bend down and try and give him a fuss, he claws them or bites them because he's like, "No, you're not my friend." And yeah, he may well have bit or scratched someone and they've thrown something at him. But he knows he's safe. He knows he's just going to get loves and cuddles. Catnip never made any of your cats chill. Zach goes a bit silly at first, like kittenish, and then he carries on for a bit, and then he gets very stoned. Catnip kind of staggers around a bit. Had to pick him up, put him on the sofa because he can't jump up. And then he just sleeps for a few hours afterwards, snoring and drooling his little head off. Yeah, but yeah, it's just like a human. Yeah, basement tomatoes has different effects. Some people it will send to sleep, some people go hyper. But yeah, Zach just basically falls asleep, gets very stoned after a good catnip sesh. Or that he just sits and watches the fish for a bit, and then falls asleep sitting up and falls over, which is always funny. Always funny to see when he just sits there, he drops off and he goes, thud. Doesn't bother waking up, just stays there. But he used to sit there for hours watching Norman. I would if I could, Chevy, but again, Zach being Zach. Klaatu, Varatu, Nectar. The second coming of the Beatles. If we're talking Klaatu from the movie, yes, I'm familiar with that. If we're talking a band, nope. Speaking of the Beatles, I did hear this week that John Lennon was apparently a wife beater. Who'd have thunk it? They've got the wrong strain of catnip. Yeah, pass. It might just be different cats have different or slightly different strains of catnip, have different effects. I don't know. I just know Zach tends to have a little play for a bit, go a bit kittenish for a bit, and then just pass out, basically, which is cool. As long as he doesn't start drooling on me too much. It's never good to wake up with a wet patch on your arm. Righty ho. First released in '76, so the year I was born then, Chewy. Yeah, no, not familiar with on Capitol Records like the Beatles. What are you doing, you daft bird? Yeah, I'm a puppy. Well, middle-aged puppy. Definitely middle-aged now. Hey, Tom. Yeah, I'm definitely not a young pup anymore. I'm at the point now where when I get up in the morning, if nothing hurts, is more concerning than if something hurts. If I wake up and nothing hurts, I start getting worried. And also, it's not a comb over, it's just coronavirus haircut. In other words, I haven't had a haircut for about 4 months. So, and I can't particularly be bothered with it at the moment either. Yeah, lurk away. Yes. I am going to have to disappear for a moment, so enjoy the tank and the empty chair while I go and, as Blackie puts it, go wrestle the crocodile. Back in a mo. Oh, jeez. As long as my knees work. While we're at it, let's give these guys a bit of a feed. Yay! Hello, Pam. And yes, that butterfly cichlid is a sod I took nearly 3 hours trying to catch the other week. Had to wait until I'm off for a few weeks, and then till I'm off for a week, and then I'll have to virtually drain the tank to pull him out. Hopefully that will coincide with me being able to get hold of some shell dwellers. And the sun's just come out. Just what I want. Butcher babies. But I do have other good news. Before Brokeback, the world's ugliest guppy, passed away, she did give birth, and we do have, generally to be found hiding up in around this crypt, there are some more S-shaped baby guppies. So yay! Yes, I appear to be accidentally breeding different shaped guppies. Yeah. Sharpie's S-shaped guppies. Yes, it's a thing. Yeah, I don't know. They seem to live just as long as the normal shaped ones, if not longer. Bless them. Now Kitty, there's a band. I actually saw them live. They weren't great. Not quite as bad as what was their name? The Donners. I actually got to see them once, and they were really bad live. Saw the fire scanners and nose put on quite a show. There we go. Neighbours put on a fireworks show for everyone else. It's always good. Oh yeah, it was Independence Day, wasn't it, yesterday? Yes. Obviously, not something we celebrate over here. Boomerang guppies. Well, if they just had a bent spine, I would probably call them boomerangs, but they literally get an S shape in their spine. And then they tend not to have much, if any, tail or dorsal fin either. So, I mean, they're spectacularly ugly, but some reason they do well. And because guppy boys are so rapey, they still get pregnant, have babies. Probably because they haven't got the finnage, they can't get away. So, yes, out with it. Hey, I'm not saying anything bad about the people, Cheery, just, you know. Given some of the bands I've seen, I've got a pretty high bar for what I think of it as a good concert, a good show. Well, no, celebrate independence, yeah. I think every other country in the world that has gained independence, which is probably most of them, when you think about it. Yeah, thinking about it, most countries have either gained independence from the UK or Great Britain, France, Germany, or Holland at some point. Or Russia, or China. Yeah. The whole empire building period. Do you have a flag? No. Thunk, we do. This is ours now. Pretty much how it worked. I did get it, Chewy. I just haven't had a chance, time to get around to sorting it out. That's the problem. No offense. But yeah. It's been a busy bunny. Well, not more busy than usual, but the weird sleeping and not being particularly great in myself, as it were. The old brain's trying to attack itself again, but yeah, fire away, bud. Thing with emails is I tend to go, oh yeah, cool, I got an email, and then I'll forget about it. I'm bad like that. Especially now that my tablet has decided it's on the way out. Not sure whether it's the battery or it's just that old that it's dying slowly. Well, I know the battery's on the way up. I think the whole thing's dying slowly. I think I've had it since 2011 or 2012, so it's done quite well. You know, I tend not to use the phone just because I'm old and I like a bigger screen that I can see. Yeah, White Zombie is good music to get going, to keep going. Yeah, it's got a good solid grinding beat that you can just get working with. Just don't get caught singing along. As you start trying to sing like Rob Zombie, then people look at you really weird. See, when I first read about Post Malone, I thought it was like there was something that happened that was Malone, and this was Post Malone, like post depression or postnatal. Yeah, shows how much attention I pay to current music trends. Sing while mowing snow, I can hear you. It depends how loud you sing. I've been heard over a mower and a weed whacker. Um, the last one I got caught singing accidentally in public, because sometimes I'll play songs in my head that I know really well. You know. It's almost like you just hit play and then you run through the whole song or album in your head. And sometimes I forget and I actually start singing along. And it was, what's it called? Lit Up by Buck Cherry. So there I was at work, not this job, it's my old job, wandering around the warehouse singing I love the cocaine. Didn't go down very well. Yeah, sometimes you just want something simple to listen to. This, yeah, 10, yeah, exactly. 10 will versus will, dirt will, other ones, downward spiral, pretty much anything by The Cure. Yeah, don't go singing Cure albums, especially not certain ones. Things like Love Cats are fine, but if you start singing things like Funeral Party or All Cats Are Grey or Disintegration, then people look at you weird. Oh yes, yes. Super Unknown and Bad Motorfinger. Yeah. Sublime. Yeah. I didn't really go down that route. When the whole pop punk thing started to happen, I was going more industrial and death metal. And it's quite difficult to sing Cradle of Filth songs. Um, because my voice just doesn't go that high. I can do the growl, but I can't go that high. And I've been smoking too long, so I can't hold the notes for that long either. It's also why I don't try and sing Nightwish songs. At that, and I haven't got a very good voice at all. Yeah, Black Hole Sun is always a classic. Although, speaking of Independence Day, 4th of July was a great tune. Bit dark, you know, but hey, that's me. Yeah. And yeah, weirdly enough, another one of those ones I can run through from start to finish is Faith No More's King for a Day, Fool for a Lifetime. Again, don't get caught singing Digging the Grave in public. Or Cuckoo for Caca. Definitely don't get caught singing Jizz Lobber either, because that will get you in trouble. Actually, it's something I did want to address. Obviously, I've got a video sorted for this week because I'm going to do a bit of talking about spaz. Just to show, look, new fishy, yay! I have been wondering. I know they all say do channel about one thing, stick to that one thing. Well, I already don't. It's already two things. So, you know, as I'm not doing much in the way of modelling and, you know, not buying new kits means no reviews to film, and not really building much means not really much I can do in the way of techniques guide or build series, because they are a chore to do those ones. They really are. Even without editing, those things are a chore. I was thinking about maybe doing some sort of maybe paranormal or cryptid type content. Just as an idea, thought I might throw that out there, because I do enjoy making videos and putting them up, and then, you know, comments and that kind of cool stuff is all great. I enjoy it. I'm just running out of ideas. It's hard to spit. No, I know, one a week, yeah, but it can be hard to keep coming up with new ideas, and not to just keep filming tank updates, which is easy to do, but they get boring very quickly, I'm sure, to watch, unless there's something actually new happening. And Sharpie space waffles. yeah, I say it'd all be on the same channel. Whether I'd change the name to Sharpie's Models, Aquatics and Paranormal, I don't know, probably not. I might get a bit long when people start typing. Yeah, that's something to think about and maybe do. It would take more research. I would have to look into things and actually write some stuff down, rather than just going, oh yeah, I'll do a video about that, click, and start talking. Actually, don't get bored with tank updates. No, I would say there are some people who probably don't, but I notice they tend not to get many views. I don't get many views anyway, generally. Now, so Moonmaker's something I've lived with quite a bit during my life. Sharpie stuff. Yeah, that's probably the better one. Sharpie stuff. Yeah. Just wedge everything into one. Thank you very much, Chewy. I'll check that out when I get up, probably up tomorrow at some point. Because I've got to be at work in 50 minutes. Joy. What a way. It's been a really nice Sunday, and every so often I keep remembering I've got to go to work. Now, so I've lived with poltergeists, just what they'd call a residual haunting, shadow people, all that kind of stuff. It doesn't bother me. I think the thing about it is people are scared because they don't understand what it is. But unless you've got something that is actually physically trying to harm you, then don't worry about it. Hello, Priscilla, my lovely. How the devil are you? I've had a couple of rather scary experiences, but you know, yeah, you get used to it. Exactly, Pam. You just get used to it being there. The times, because I do watch quite a lot of paranormal content on YouTube, and you know, people go, I heard these strange noises. I was really scared, and thinking, yeah, and you know, doors closing or doors opening, and footsteps, yeah, and you know, people can get used to living next to train tracks, with trains hurtling past every 20 minutes, half hour, or whatever. You can get used to the occasional disembodied footsteps in the house, or disembodied voice, or thing you catch out the corner of your eye most of the time. Yeah, this. You go, oh, all right, fair enough. Oh, the amount of people already hospitalised from ghost bites. Yeah, it's probably zero. Things getting moved. Yeah, that's just annoying, though, Pam. Where the hell did that go? And then it turns up somewhere completely random. Yeah, you just get used to it. It's not a problem. Although I think I don't know about the States, but I think legally in the UK, you have to, when you sell a property, you do have to say if it's haunted. Yeah. I don't think anyone bothers. I mean, okay, it probably put off the majority of house buyers. No. 4-bedroom, semi-detached house, front and rear gardens, off-road parking, 2 living areas, blah, 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 haunted. Warning, may hear footsteps in the night. May wake up to a dark shadow in the corner of the room staring at you. Love bites even when you're dead. And so, I mean, a lot of people are haunted by their pets. Yeah, especially cats. Cats are very common haunting. They're haunting the owner, not the house. And a lot of times, like, people will be moved into this house and it's haunted, and then the previous occupants go, "We're haunted when we were here." It's like, yeah, you've probably got something attached to you rather than the house. I think that's probably how I came to get my shadow person. It attached to me somehow for some reason. Followed me home from somewhere, but doesn't bother me. Zach just doesn't go upstairs because he might get scared of it. He has been scared by it a couple of times. But yeah, that's fine because Zach doesn't normally go upstairs much anyway. It's only if I'm up there and he's down here and he decides he wants to go out for a loo, he'll come and tell me. But he can meow from the bottom of the stairs, that's fine. Yeah, so that cat might be attached to the house rather than its owners. You never know, but yeah. Last thing we want is vampires, though. Because if anyone's going to get accused of being a vampire, very dark hair, very pale skin, doesn't like sunlight. Yeah. Part vampire. Yeah. They are common. Dogs, not so much. Grew up trains and never got used to it. So HEPA filter running for white noise. Yeah, so that's something I've noticed because I spent a while sleeping downstairs because hot, sunny, nasty weather, cooler downstairs than it is upstairs. I got used to sleeping with the sound of all the fish tanks. And when I went to sleep back upstairs again, when it cooled down, it's just silent. And yeah, it kind of threw me a bit. I think that might be part of the problem, is I'm just not used to sleeping in silence anymore. Although I do stick the tablet on with something on YouTube to fall asleep to. Don't worry, none of you guys. Well, Bob ain't here, is he? So you know. Overseas hydrogen. Oh, gold. Hydrogen. See, Chewy, you keep asking me these questions. And the time when I was going out seeing lots of live bands also happened to coincide with the time I was drinking lots and taking lots of chemicals. So my memory of that period is blurry at the very best. Yeah, so that's one of the other problems, Chevy, is my water heater is electric immersion heater, and with the economy 10, economy 7, whichever one it is. So things like the water heaters and storage heaters and things like that come on overnight because it's cheaper electricity. Fair enough, that's all great. Problem is that kicks in at 1 a.m, which means I'm normally just about to drop off and the immersion heater starts up in the bedroom, which sounds like a giant kettle. Hello, Joseph. How are you? I have new fishy, Joseph. I have a Senegal bicher, Bishir, Bikir, Bircher, whatever the pronunciation is. I mean, I'd go with the Latin, which would be Bikir, but it just sounds silly, so we'll go with Bishir, like the medic from Deep Space Nine. Yeah, and then I have the opposite problem if I go to somewhere like a big city, even Norwich. It's not a big city, as Chewie will know. It's even just that general background noise would just keep me up all night. I mean, streetlights do it as well. There used to be a streetlight that shone directly shone at the front of my house, and that used to keep me awake. Then it eventually got moved a bit after the bulb kept dying. Well, for some reason the bulb kept shattering. Not entirely sure why, but every time they put a new bulb in it after a couple of days, it'd shatter. Then they moved the light slightly and it stopped shattering. Wonder why that could have been. I had nothing to do with it, Your Honour. Sleep is a very important thing. It's not until you don't get any you realise just how important it is. I think it's basically after 3 days you start going insane. So in that case, I've not been sleeping for a long time. And we're rapidly running out of time because work. I really don't want to go to work. I would much rather be sat here chattering with you guys and then whoever's on next and whatever. But needs must. And I can't leave my buddy working in the shop on his own all evening. Or screw whoever's up in at the moment. And thank you for that, Moonmaker. Yep, the old like button. Well, I'm not sure it makes a huge amount of difference until you hit like 50, but if I ever get 50 people watching my live stream, it'll be a bloody miracle. Yes, definitely, that'll be a miracle. That'll be yep, the world is officially ending. There is nothing happening anywhere else in the world. The only form of entertainment available is fat, pasty white guy waffling and drinking energy drinks and smoking. Speaking of which, At least that should get me through the next few hours at work. Hopefully won't have to deal with too many drunken idiots tonight. There's quite a bit of that last night. Well, with the pubs reopening, it was the well, strangely, it was the older people, people kind of 30s, 40s, went to the pub and went, yeah, had a pint and went, yeah, it's not that great, and left, bought some more booze and went home. I think it was all the young uns stayed out and got absolutely wrecked. 32 fishy people, 15 model people, and 3 shadow people. I'm quite, if ghosts want to watch me, quite happy for that. Hey Ro, how are you? Welcome aboard for the last 8 minutes or so. As I've been saying, it's a slightly shorter stream tonight because I have got to go to work in a little while. But Father Fish will be on in half an hour or so, so you haven't too much. Time to fix a snack, grab a beverage, and then you can Father Fish it. Yeah, I'm okay, just grumbling about lack of sleep, right? That's all. Lack of sleep and just what's going on in the world at the moment. That's pretty much it. Nothing spectacular going on. New fishy, but you know, that's it. Actually, yeah, I don't know if I mentioned the prices. This might make Dan swear a little. I'll say if I had, yeah. See you later, Mandy. Stay safe and have fun. And give Mr. Zen a hug for me. But yeah, so the garden centre where I got the new fishy from, the Senegal or Bishirs were $12.99, and the black ghost knives were $8.99. So if I'd have had a spare quarantine tank, I would have got a ghost knife as well, because at that price it's kind of stupid not to. But I figured the ghost knife would just basically disappear in there and I'd never see it again, being black. And the Bashir might actually be out and about a little bit more, and being that bit paler might actually be visible. And yes, I will be good. I will do my research tomorrow. High protein, sinking foods, fed late at night, and I can take a wide variety of water parameters. That's what I've got so far, because they're nocturnal, so feed them at night. Makes sense. There's probably a bit more to it than that, but that's enough for me to be able to keep him alive till tomorrow when I do some research anyway. But as I say, I've seen them in with other fish, and I know they're not complete psychotic murder machines. They're half blind as well, so hopefully most of the fish can escape. And hopefully the shrimp are big enough that they won't be seen as snacks. We are talking full-grown bamboo shrimp and some giant African wood shrimp, which aren't giant yet, but they're growing, and both JC and B are still in there. Yeah, I mean, I thought they were pretty good prices, Dan. Bear in mind, around here, rams, I mean, just a simple Bolivian ram or a German blue ram, you can get them from either a £5 or like 15 quid, depending on where you go. And Missy ram was one of the £5 ones and lasted a lot longer than any of the £15 ones did, funnily. But yeah, I'll say, considering I got paid from work this week, or last week, and I got a bonus, and I got my YouTube payment. For me, Moonmaker, it's been about 6 hours. Yeah, so that's one reason why I go to the Thetford Garden Centre. I haven't got a problem naming them. And they've got a new fish guy in there as well. And you can see the fish are healthier, the tanks are cleaner, and all that kind of cool stuff. Video link of metal for today, banned from Indonesia. I shall add it to my list, Chewy. So yes, there we go. Yeah, I mean, so it's just weird how you go one place and the same fish is a third the price it is somewhere else, a few miles down the road. Like, really? How does that work? I did try seeing if I could sell them some plecos, but they weren't interested. Speaking of plecos, yeah, they had for redfish, bluefish band. Cool. Yeah. They had Royal Panax. They had Snowball Plex. I think the Snowball Pleco was the most expensive one I had at £30. But yeah, again, whether that's expensive for a snowball, I don't know. Now actually selling Malaysian trumpet snails too, which is kind of funny. Considering that's where I got mine from, and they gave them to me because they didn't want them. I'm thinking Rose probably got a headache and maybe a bit of a hangover still. I'm getting that kind of vibe. But anyway, unfortunately, as I've got to go get myself sorted out for work and get to work, I'll have to call it there, I'm afraid. So thank you everyone for turning up, being here, whether you've been chatting away, lurking, occasionally taking a mickey, having a full combo, whatever. Thank you for turning up. Thank you for your support. Thank you for Rodders for the Bashir Funder Super Chat. And have a good week. Stay safe. Have fun. Peace out. Rock on. Bye-bye. Oh, thank God, has he fucking stopped talking yet? Bloody guy just waffles and waffles and waffles. I really wish he'd stopped earlier.